of mine let me counsel her. She was dealing with some physical abuse, drug abuse, and issues with child abuse from her past. I worked with her for about 5 weeks. It wasn't until after I worked with her that she told me she had contemplated committing suicide. After that, she told me, she's like, you should really take your skills and apply them to help people. And I'm like, well, I'm a social worker. You can't help people any more than being a social worker. And she said, well, no, I think you should help people on a more intimate level because you helped me. So I didn't do anything. I went to my 9 to 5 every day for a couple more months. And then a young lady approached me via Instagram. And she said, hey, I've been watching your Instagram for about a year now, and you're really positive, and I think that there's something more in you than what you're living up to. So I said, oh, okay. Well, talk to me about it. So she said, I'll pay for your life coaching program if you promise to live up to your destiny. With that being said, I was floored because I had just got married, I had just bought a house, and I had no finances to pay $1,500 for a life coaching program. And I was in my master's program, which is financially total. So I prayed about it, and I agreed to do the life coaching program. So I completed it in March of this year, and I'm currently working on my business structure. And I have about 6 clients already by the grace of God. People that trust me to help them get back on track. People that help me, trust me to help them find, the job that they want, empowerment and motivation. And I have a few clients that trust me to help them with their image. And I'm now working with the client on wellness. This young lady that I have, she's going through a lot right now, and she started to stress to the point of like losing weight. Her hair was falling out, and she started to have severe health issues. So that leads me today to let you all know what I'm speaking about, which is managing stress. Like I said, being a social worker, I see trauma 24/7 all day. I see some of the worst sex abuse cases, physical abuse cases, and just the worst things that you can see from the city of Chicago and abroad. And I found myself experiencing vicarious trauma. Does anyone know what vicarious trauma is? Right. My trauma started to be experienced through the stress and trauma of other people. So I started to gain weight, lose weight. I was breaking out in hives, and I was stressed to a point that I had never been before. And I lost a father. I've been sexually abused as a kid, and I was like, I've never experienced this type of stress, and I was drowning in stress. My stress level was here, and I'm not that big. The hills may be bigger. So I said, I need to work on something about stress. So now, how many of you here today wear multiple hats? Wives, mothers, cousins, sisters, entrepreneurs, clearly. With that, you're going to be stressed out. So I want to just talk to you today about key points to help you with stress. But can anyone tell me what stress is? Anyone?
Life.
Yes, well, the book term is just basically your body responding to tension, whether negative or positive. Your body starts to respond to it. Now, let me be clear. Stress can be positive and negative. Stress can be from having too many clients or not having enough clients. But still, it's stress, and it will take a toll on you, and it can lead to death or other health issues, like myself and a friend of mine who almost committed suicide. Can anyone tell me, symptoms of stress?
Anxiety.
Okay.
Not eating or eating too much.
Those are all good. Yes, weight gain, weight loss, overeating, undereating. But stress can actually lead to stroke, diabetes, heart failure, and even cancer. I have a friend who's fighting cancer now, and she's been a police officer for years. So I can only imagine the level of stress as being a police officer, and now she has cancer. Now, who can tell me who's more prone to stress? This should be an easy one.
Women.
Yes, does anyone know why?
Because we are our emotions. Yes, we are emotions.
Exactly right.
That's what I said, our emotions.
Women, we are naturally more emotional and we take on more. As a woman, it is naturally we take on the responsibility of fixing everyone, being there for everyone, and being everyone to everybody else but ourselves. Now, what are some things that can cause stress? Like she said, life, but let's break it down. What are some things that can cause stress? That's actually the first one.
Your job.
Trauma.
Relationship.
Okay. Financial issues. Those are all good. Another thing that can cause stress is environment. You know, I have a lot of my clients that I work with as a social worker that is suffering from stress due to environmental stress, with the violence, fear of the communities they are living in, lack of food, lack of resources, and lack of services. So if you figure children and some adults are struggling from stress from the environmental, how do you think normal stress is affecting you all as working individuals with finances or marital problems? You know what I mean? So it can really take a toll on you. I have clients now. I have a 7-year-old client who is suffering from like adult version stress. 7 years old. And his stress is coming from within the home because his parents are going through a divorce. He's carrying their stress. And he is now being treated for stress, and he actually now has heart problems. 7 years old. Imagine a 7-year-old's body dealing with stress and heart problems. So can you imagine yourselves dealing with stress leading to heart problems? That's not healthy. So not only is he on medication for stress, he's also on medication for his now heart problems. Which, because he's young, they said it could be reversible, but stress is ongoing. So my actual plan and discussion today was from my friend and from my 7-year-old client, because I had to figure out a way to help him be a child and manage the stress that could kill him. You know, he's a little guy, so 7-year-old with heart problems, he could easily be done at any time. So, does anyone here know ways to manage stress? Like, can anyone tell me like ways that they might manage stress? Medication, right? I was like, no. I was like, no, we just said no. Okay, well, for me, the first thing I do with stress in any situation is I take a step back and I reevaluate the situation. And I say that because it's a lot of situations, people, and things that do not deserve the attention that we're giving them. So if you can't change a situation, do not stress about it. If you can change a situation, do not stress about it. Figure out an action plan to change it. But do not allow yourself to become consumed by your circumstances or your situations to the point where you're no good. If you allow every situation or every encounter or everything that you do to take you over, like, you're done. So take a step back, really reevaluate it, and see what are the pros and cons and what are you benefiting from it, and how can you fix it. If not, it will all work out the way it's supposed to be. I always tell my clients, both personally and professionally, to maintain a positive attitude. A couple of years ago, you would not have heard that come out of my mouth because I was the biggest, negative person walking around the world. But I've learned through optimism and just having a positive outlook and really looking at the silver lining in the most craziest, messed up, worst situation, you can alleviate stress. You can alleviate feeling like, you have no result or nothing is going to change. Just by remaining positive and putting that energy out there, you will reap positive back. So, positive outlook. Change your mindset, change your outlook, you change what's presented to you. A lot of women may agree or not agree. Exercise. We do yoga at my job, and my little 7-year-old, he hates it. He always tells me, Miss Trinity, I'm not built for yoga, but I make him do yoga twice a week now. And he's told me he feels much better, he feels relaxed, and he can sleep at night, and his heart condition is slowly getting better. So I would say physical activity. I'm not saying go to the gym and, go hard. But walking, Pilates, or something, whatever makes you happy, whatever you can physically do it a couple of times a week for 30 minutes, and I guarantee you those endorphins, those positive endorphins, which is your brain's way of getting happy and putting out positive energy, they will begin to work, and you will see the benefits of exercise and physical activity. Spend time with supportive people. I would say that's probably my number 2. And that's because if you're stressed and worried and overwhelmed, you're surrounding yourself around people who are negative, who have nothing positive to say, who are not supportive. You're going to continue to be stressed, you're going to continue to be overwhelmed, and you're going to continue to live in a negative light. So surround yourself around people who actually care. Not everyone who says they care. Surround yourself around active listeners, not just listeners. Active listeners are people who can reciprocate, who can respond effectively, and who's really hearing you. And just put yourself around people who, when in doubt, if all else fails, those are the people that you can go to and call on and count on. Make time for yourself. That's my favorite, actually. Make time for yourself. I've learned that, just with my stress as a social worker and just in life, I've become stressed, and when I realized how stressed I am, it's because I've looked back over the last few months and I've done nothing for myself. I've taken no time to go get a manicure or a pedi, or go to church, or binge watch Lifetime, guilty pleasure, or have a girls' night out, or a date with the husband. I've become so consumed with, again, playing the role of friend, sister, aunt, everything. I've taken away from myself. So make time for yourself. Make time for the things that you like. When in doubt, when you're stressed, go shopping. That is my theory. I live by it, and I cannot tell you how many nice things I have and how happy I am. So when you are stressed, find things that make you happy. I don't care if it's, eating donuts. I do that too. But find something that you can enjoy alone. Because when you're stressed, sometimes you have to take a step back and reflect and just do you for a second so you can come back and readdress the situation. The last thing that I would suggest is spirituality. And that is probably the umbrella to managing stress as a whole. My mother is a cancer survivor, and my father died from prostate cancer my freshman year of college. So I was beyond stressed. I was like, forget life, forget it, I don't care. And it wasn't until I sought God and sought spirituality and reading the Bible verses and really understanding why things were happening the way they were, and understanding that I was able to alleviate stress. So for me, at least once a day, not even 10 minutes, a couple of minutes. I don't have to pull out a Bible or say a Bible verse. I take a few minutes and I reflect. And I thank God, and I ask him to handle any wars that I cannot beat myself. I ask him to defeat any of my enemies that are coming my way, whether it's professional. We all know we got those people at work. Right. They mad because you got a promotion or you got the nice window seat. I ask God to, defeat my enemies. I ask God to set me up for success. I ask him that in the storm be my coat, be my umbrella, weather me, be my boot, tell me walk through. And I cannot tell you my stress over the last 6 months just with talking to God and knowing that you're not going to be able to handle everything. And that's okay. But your response to it and your outcome is what really matters. Do not allow, these situations to take over you. So I want you all, as a pledge to myself, a pledge to me, once a day, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever, just take a step back in the bathroom, go in your car, and just let God know to protect you. Order your steps. And anything that comes your way that you might think, boy, you ought to stress you, tell them you don't want it. And to keep it moving. And I can guarantee your outlook and your response to stressful situations or stressful people will change. Because at that point, you're armored. You're covered. And none of that can break through any of that, peace that you have. So thank you all so much. I appreciate you all. For allowing me to come speak and, share some things with you all. I'm here if you all have any questions or anything that you all may want to discuss with me, and thank you again.
Thank you.